showtime. That's what it says right there. It says, it's showtime. Hello, everyone. This is Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. It is May 3rd, 2024. And this is Friday Night Live. If I put this up a little, you can see Love Wins. All right. How you doing? What's going on? Give me a little update. Hope you're doing great. The first person who can guess why I have my little baby Yoda here, I don't know. You get a bell. So, this week has been chock full of news, mostly about the loser, and we want to start with. Well, first, please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and please hit the thumbs up. And I'm going to remind you repeatedly, and I appreciate it. We're going to start with a fairy card tonight. Most of the news has been about the loser and what defines him as a loser, right? Yeah, Moonchild gets the bell. May the 4th be with you. It's May the 4th Eve. May the 4th be with you. No, that's not a doll from Star Wars next to me. It's a balloon. I was just telling Terry that tomorrow is my grandnephew's 2nd birthday, so he was actually born on May the 4th. And I was at the grocery store earlier with my dad, and I saw it, and I went, "Oh, that's perfect." Yes, I did see Jeff Daniels on Nicole Wallace Warren Greene. I did, and I love him. He's just so wise. So everybody check that out. I've heard this word thrown around a lot, which I think is really good. We just want decency. We want decency. Let's pull a Fae card. Should have grabbed your pendulums before Kitty got on your lap, says Rose. Got on my lap. Well, can you move your kitty and go grab your pendulum? I bet you can. All right, we're going to pull a Fae card to get the vibe going. So most of you know that this is the last Friday Night Live that will be in this space. So call your friends. Tell your neighbors. This is the last time Psychic News Network will be in this particular space, and I've been here since the inception of PNN. It's an historic moment, everybody. As I pull the Fae card, this is just perfect. Our guidance tonight from the Forest Fae, it is spring, is the following. Pay attention, class. Pay attention. Kitty Holler saying, I hate change. Well, whether you hate it or whether you love it, it happens. It's really important to learn how to adapt. Why did Hope Hicks cry? We'll get to that shortly. Strange journeys. What a long, strange trip it's been. I started PNN about 4 years ago. I started PNN on Facebook 4 or 5 years ago. Okay. Take control of your quest. Choose your companions wisely. Strange Journeys is our Fae card for tonight. I'll read it again. Take it in. Take control of your quest. Choose your companions wisely. I would say about that it's important for us to all choose who we want to listen to and what conversations we want to have. And today I was thinking about if we all were really in the energy of decency, of America being, people being decent, people being nice to one another, Just really focusing on that, really giving that a lot of attention, really giving that a lot of creative visualization. We all know what that is. We all know what it is when people are decent to one another, when people are loving and kind. We all know what that is. So when I see this, this is what I think of. Take control of your quest. Choose your companions wisely and choose our thoughts wisely. Right? I like that one. So you're going to love my new space. There was a delay because it wasn't, the schedule got off on the cleaning and everything, which is why I thought I'd be there sooner than tonight. But everything gets moved tomorrow and Monday. Church of Spirituality is happening as usual from here, and that's on the channel Church of Spirituality on YouTube. 1 o'clock Eastern time. As always. I actually want to start too with a rune. I'm feeling the kind of Celtic vibe tonight. The Celtic sort of cosmic vibe tonight. Let's pull a rune card. Goodbye, Annette. I'm not leaving. I'll be live streaming from a different location. That's all. Are you saying goodbye from my office here? Pulling a rune, yes. And thanks to Terry who's with us tonight. I asked her if she could help out tonight, and let's have a bell for Terry. Terry gets a bell. Let's have some applause. Show Terry some love. She's our producer. We're loving it. And tonight's rune stone is the X, which has a special name. And I'll tell you what that is just as soon as I find it. Thank you for being here tonight. Nice to see you. Okay. It's pronounced Jebo. Jebo. So it's kind of hard to see. There you go. The synthesis of giving and receiving with goodwill, hospitality, and respect is akin to unifying oneself with the divine. I was just talking about that. Let's see. When gifts and contracts are mutually exchanged and honorably upheld, I like the word honorably, energetic reciprocity will always be positive. It's uncanny how much this is just what I was saying. Here, integrity, love, and common bonds, common ground, pave the way for the benefit, abundance, and protection of family and community. There it is. I think that message gets a bell. That's a great message. The affirmation or the invocation. This rune is associated with the Lovers, Justice, the Two of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. And the invocation is by word, by bond, by truth, by devotion. We dedicate ourselves to the divine. By touch, by soul, by ritual, by reverence. I am you and you are me. I love it. I feel like I'm at church already. That was good. Okay, justice. Yeah, we like that. And, if you watch this on replay or if you go back later, you can hear what the rune said for tonight. Good messages. Lots of vibes here tonight. Maybe the office is giving me lots of positive vibes. Saying goodbye to the space. Okay. Hope Hicks. Somebody just asked a little bit earlier, Zircon, I like that, love grows. Why did Hope Hicks cry? My very first thought was, if you've ever been in the courtroom, I was one time, somebody was being awful to me and subpoenaed me to court for something just that I wasn't in the wrong about at all. But anyway, I was struck by, it was just like local court here. And the judge looked at me and like, you can just go. You don't have to say anything, that kind of thing. But anyway, nonetheless, when you go into that environment, for me especially, the vibration of tension in a courtroom is just, it will bowl you over. So that's for one thing. And being psychic, it was really hard for me. I was like taking deep breaths and everything, and I hadn't committed a crime. I was actually being harassed by this person. So jealousy was involved. But anyway, so why Hope Hicks cried? That's part of it. And when you think about this is a high profile case. Like everybody knows who Donald Trump is. Besides, she and he were friends. Besides everything, what are you writing up there, Warren, in German? Or is that German? Everything that she was going to say on the stand was going to be documented. She knew she was, well, you know, Donald Trump, from all accounts that I've heard, he's a charmer. He's very charismatic. That's how fascists are, actually. That's how they get so far as they do. So they had a camaraderie. They were kind of, you know, a team. And so she was very, very nervous, under pressure, feeling all the vibes in that courtroom, all eyes on her, and she just kind of lost it. I think most of us would. Why is Warren speaking Italian? What's up, Warren? We haven't seen you for a while. What have you been doing? Did you go away and change identities? May the 4th be with you. Wildflower Wind is saying I would totally lose it. I would too. I'm kind of tough, but I would too. Angela goes right for the conspiracy. Do you think they had an affair at one time? I do not. I do not think that Donald Trump and Hope Hicks had an affair. But I do feel like he was endearing and charming to her, and that she considered him somebody that she cared about. Now, he's a malignant narcissist, so... Warren, ask me in English. That would be easier for me. Okay. Time for a group hug, he's saying. I'm not good at Italian. I'm working on my French. So I do feel like Donald played a role for Hope Hicks at one time. And I do pick up kind of like, I don't know. Don't take this the wrong way, because I don't mean it like this. Kind of like a dad, a father figure, or like a paternal. At one time. I'm not saying now. Hope Hicks has a pedigree in communication. Texas Paul did a segment on her and the family this morning. I'll check it out. Trump said to Hope, she's like a daughter. Well, there it is. I didn't even know that, and I was picking that up. So on some level, it was like betraying a father figure. So we'll pull three Electrostorm. I'm not going to repeat that. Was she the housemaid or something? I'll just say the Electrostorm is saying she ironed his pants. I'll just say that much. Electra's going down Slang Road tonight. What's up with that? So Trump wanted to sleep with her too then. Well, let me ask you something. Don't you think that when Donald Trump met an attractive woman, that he would want to sleep with whomever it was? Now, I'm not just saying that as an impression. I'm saying that because he said it. He said it. When she was on The Apprentice, I never ever watched one episode of The Apprentice. Even back then, I never had any interest whatsoever. We're going to pull 3 cards about the Hope Hicks testimony, but I have the nefarious cards, so these cards. So we ask the kind of like about the dark intentions. with these cards. So let's ask this. What's the conspiracy news, faux news, propaganda that models itself after Russian propaganda? What are they going to do with this? He can do whatever he wants because he's a star, so he said, and he basically said that he can kiss any woman, he can, you know what I mean? So any woman that he deems attractive, he sexualizes. He views as a conquest, a sexual conquest. So of course there was some of that in there, but I don't feel like, yeah, James said he never watched The Apprentice either, any of that baloney. So he treats women like they're sex objects, right? Did Michael Cohen expect a job at the White House? Probably. Oh, before I pull any cards, I have to appease Warren, and let's do a group hug. Let's do a group hug about what we were talking about. Let's have the intention that more and more Americans start to realize that they want love and not hate. Love, not hate. All right? 1, 2, 3. Group hug! Love, not hate, across this nation and the world. All right. Very good. Thank you, thank you. Hope and Ivanka were friends. Yeah, she was part of the family. If you ever listen to Jessica Denson or anybody else who was in that, Jessica Denson has a show on Midas Touch called Lights On. Yeah, I would think that Michael Cohen probably wanted a position, back in the day in the White House. So what is the propaganda news going to do with the whole Hicks story? Oh, they're working on twisting it right now into pretzels. The faux news is working very hard at. This is a 9 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Wands. Oh yeah, the wands are communication. 9 of Pentacles. How can we capitalize on this and get our viewers who are gullible to believe the fake stories we're going to make up about it? They're going to keep on saying it's the Biden DOJ. They're going to keep saying that. They're going to hit that really hard. And the Knight of Swords, I don't know. The case is way too strong for that to go very far with, the guides are telling me, the normal people, the normal thinking people, the average person. The average person is going to not like what Donald Trump has clearly done. Now, there is a whole segment of the population, but it's not the majority. It's not very large. That no matter what you tell them, they will only defend Trump. Case in point, I saw a clip of Mike Lindell. Who is this kid that was interviewing him? His name escapes me at the moment, but he was interviewing Mike Lindell. And Mike Lindell is so double, triple down on no matter what. It wasn't Luke Beasley, it was the other one. But Luke Beasley probably did this too. They have YouTube channels. No matter what, no matter how many times that, say, Bill Barr said that he told Trump the election wasn't stolen, all the courts, even the judges that were appointed by Trump, said the election wasn't stolen. All these cases, no evidence ever came up ever that the election was stolen. Chris Krebs said it was the most secure election in history and was quite proud of that. But Mike Lindell was just let's read on him next, was off the freaking rails. Off the rails. I'm wondering, I'm going to pull a pendulum out. Rose, did you get your cat off your lap so you can go get your pendulum so you can play? Oh, so you know what I'm talking about, Rose Allen? Yeah, trying to think of the guy's name. The young guy who has a YouTube channel. He's fairly new. Adam Mosley. Wait, is it Adam Mosley? Do you guys know? Anyway, so Mike Lindell. Is Mike Lindell high on anything? No, I think he's been in recovery. Is Mike Lindell just going on adrenaline? That's adrenaline. That's what it is. The pillow guy. Oh, well, my pendulum says it's adrenaline. I actually think he's stayed clean. Maybe he's doing lots and lots of espresso or something. 3 cards on Mike Lindell. I don't think I've read on him very much. He's still at it. He's still at it. This is like, Mike Lindell has, talk about somebody who's drank the Kool-Aid. Mike Lindell had a successful channel. I think his brain is fried from doing all those drugs. Just like Rudy Giuliani's brain is pickled from all the alcohol. But he's still drinking. Rose is getting some answers with her pendulum. I need some tea. Pollen's in the air. It's getting to my throat. Maybe Red Bull, Darren. Maybe Red Bull. Let's see. Let's ask. I keep changing pendulums. Let's ask. Is Mike Lindell highly caffeinated? It looks like he's highly caffeinated. So he had a successful pillow making company. What could be more cushy than that, right? Oh, I have a very multi-million-dollar pillow company. What do you do? I have a pillow company. How much more comfortable could you be? It's because the cross on his giant cross on his neck is too tight. Those crosses drive me bananas. How is it that Rudy spends $43,000 a month? That's a good question. Maybe we'll look at that, Warren. Hey, Kathy, thanks for coming. We have a show coming up next week, next Tuesday at 4, Spirit Talk Podcast. Thanks for checking in and for all your help. You have a great evening, too. Mike Lindell. He's actually going to jail. It's not looking great for Mike Lindell. Most of it's adrenaline because his feet are being put to the fire. Hey, Damon. $43,000 a month Rudy's spending? I'm having a hard time believing that. Red Mountain Dew? Yeah, I think Mike Lindell is only doing caffeine. The Night Swords. Okay, so here's his feet are being held to the fire. And this is the law. The Knight of Swords coming after him. And he has nothing. Mike Lindell has no evidence, nothing. He only has, thank you, Robin Britton. It's a fun conversation. He only has crimes. He doesn't have any evidence of anything that he's claiming is true. It's all fabricated. And so he knows his feet are being held to the fire. The law is coming after him. It's the United States against Mike Lindell. I don't know what the name of the hearings are called, but probably Mike Lindell versus the United States. Yeah, he's got nothing. He's under, like, they are scary cards. If they're too scary, I'll switch them out, but they kind of fit the nefariousness. And I got kind of attached to them. Hello, Australia! Let's hear it for the farthest away viewers. And the ones with that knife. Yeah, I know. Somebody warned me, too, that I probably shouldn't use these cards because YouTube might not like it, but you know what? I won't say anything negative about YouTube, but they could help me a little more. Such delusion, Mike Lindell. Yeah, he's in a no-win situation. So I think he's highly, highly stressed. And Kitty Holler says, I like scary. It keeps me awake. I'm not a fan of scary. Warren, I just told you when I'm moving. I'm not going to repeat myself. Okay, so love you, love you. We're going to read 3 cards. We're going to pull 3 cards about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I would like to be hearing more about what the fascist Republicans are up to, because while all this is going on and it's all the news is covering, aside from the protests at the colleges, and mostly you're just seeing what's going on with Trump. Trump. I should make a bumper sticker or a t-shirt that says, "There's more to life than Donald Trump." Jeez, you think? If you're following the news? Hey, Maria. Maria, I wanted to ask you if you want to lead the grassroots group tomorrow, because I have an opportunity to move during the time that we meet on Saturday, so I'll reach out to you. Okay. Well, the thing is, what concerns me is that when the news is only covering this case in Manhattan, it makes you wonder, well, what else is going on? It just feels like a smoke screen when it's exclusively what they cover. Can you please do investigative reporting on what the Putin Republicans are up to? Nevada GOP is trying to get easy voting tightened. Yes, that's happening everywhere. Whatever happened to the Georgia trial, right? We have a lot of questions about a lot of other things. And Nancy D is posting Von Schitzen's pants. Hey, we had a good laugh on that one. The national media works for Russia. We know this. Electra Storm, you're really brazen tonight. What's going on? Not saying that you're not. I'm not saying that you're not accurate in that statement. So funny. I remember when Michael Cohen called Trump that, and I busted out laughing so hard. And I still do. What's happening with Fonnie Willis's case? Well, first we're going to read on Marge. There's a few slogans that I'm coming up with. One is, a vote for Trump is a vote for Putin. The seagulls agree with me. That's a good one. Yeah, Electra Storm, I know you're telling the truth. Marge, what's happening with Marge? Marjorie Taylor Greene, what's up? Crazy woman. I think Marge is really stuck at age 16. I do. No offense to 16-year-olds. When is SCOTUS going to decide on immunity? I think they already decided. But we can look at that too. Just remind me. Brian Cohen did a special 2 days ago on states voting suppression. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on that, because the news is not doing its job. And there's a bad storm. Betty saying bad storm coming through. Let me ask you guys something. Did you realize that I was on PNN last week? Might have been last Friday, a week ago. Yeah, it was. There were massive tornadoes barreling through Nebraska. Because remember, I came on and I was talking about, I was just on Ryan Hall, the storm chasing guy. He's got a great YouTube channel. I think we all should watch it, because this year is going to be rough when it comes to hurricane season, especially. And we're in tornado season now. There were like 86 tornadoes or something crazy like that. Many of them touched down in Nebraska. Devastated, flattened. Did you hear about it on the news? That concerns me. People died. That concerns me. Yeah. Anyway, so it's very, very upsetting. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, we'll get to those topics too. Why the news is just not reporting things. Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene. So my question is, what's her status right now? The 8 of Swords is the jail card. the Seven of Cups, Harry Houdini, she feels like she can get away. There is nothing that Marjorie Trader Greene is saying that's not directly from Russia. There's nothing coming out of that woman's mouth. She might as well be a robot repeating words. There's nothing coming out of her mouth that's not from the Kremlin. And Crystal Blue's Persuasion is sitting there in Omaha right now. Yeah. Didn't Omaha get hit really, really bad? I'm astounded that the news wasn't covering it. It makes me furious. And here's the thing, too. With a Republican in office, people who are victims of these horrible global climate change storms that take away everything, a Republican president is more likely to do barely anything or nothing than, say, the Biden administration, right? Meanwhile, back to Marge. She's working for Russia. The Three of Wands. She's just going to keep going. She's just going to keep going. But she's digging a hole for herself. These cards are so fascinating. She's digging a hole for herself. A big hole. A big giant hole. She's going to be buried. She's doing it to herself. And Holdenville, Nebraska, really sad. Downtown Sulphur was leveled. What's downtown Sulphur? Maine had to declare 3 state of destruction and get federal help. That's never happened. Yeah. We were really hammered with rain. Massachusetts too. If you want to get these cards, I recommend them because they have people, characters in history. It's very fascinating. The book has the history of these people. Fascinating. Anyway, Marge is just going to keep doubling. She's not going to let up. There's no filter. Sulphur is in Oklahoma. Is that the name of a town? I'm confused. Kitty Holler saying she heard nothing about that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What is Marjorie Trader Greene gaining? I get that it's money and power. Sulphur is in Oklahoma. Yeah, that area is getting hit. Houston is flooded. Damon, the knife card in this deck is no, it's the death card in this deck is Jack the Ripper. They're pretty scary characters. Yeah, she's just gonna just keep digging the hole deeper. She feels like she's invincible. I'm gonna ask the pendulum, was Marge given a promise that she will get away with working for Putin? And I gotta tell you that I was watching Midas Touch last night, as we do every Thursday night after our Grassroots Democracy meeting. Warren, I'm going to let you answer the question, will Marjorie Trader Greene be reelected in November? I'm going to let you answer that question. Because I'm really not even interested in that question. Is Marjorie Trader Greene acting so brazen because she feels like she is invincible? She feels like she's invincible. Yeah, I agree with you, Warren. I guess I said, what do you think? Because I didn't know you were using your pendulum. Good for you. The reason I said, what do you think, is because it's clear to me that it's a no. Okay, so Marjorie Trader's parents were, I never called her real name. Marjorie Trader Greene's parents were big time into listening to Rush Limbaugh, says Angela. And you know what I say to that? I know you're not making an excuse for her, you're just reporting, but there's no excuse still. Psychically, was Jack the Ripper a coroner, butcher, or a doctor? He was a murderous sociopath. Back to Marge. Does she think she's invincible because she's been promised protection? Yes. There it is. Marjorie Trader Greene went to high school with 0 persons that weren't white. That's the case in a lot. Well, that used to be the case in a lot of communities. That was almost the case in my community. But in my community, in my high school, in my class, there were 2 black students, and one of them was voted most popular, and the other was pretty popular too. I didn't really grow up with racism where I am. It's hard to have racism if there aren't many other races. The news is saying Trump was most alert while Hope Hicks testified. That's interesting. Let's read about that. We're missing our dad jokes. You're right. We'll have to tell Thomas maybe on Monday when he's back. Maybe he had a date. Maybe he got tired of it. Maybe he's lurking. Maybe he ran out of dad jokes. You read in high school, if Marjorie Trader Greene wasn't invited to a party, she'd call the law on the party. Yeah, she wasn't well liked. She's never been well liked. And Marjorie Trader Greene, when I see her speaking to the press, I don't feel confidence exuding from her. What I feel coming from Marge is, I almost feel this. I can't believe I'm getting away with this, but they're still listening. Honestly. Damon lurks sometimes? You do? Damon, I wouldn't expect that from you. You can do whatever you want. My only requirement for anybody in the chat is to just be nice. And Bobert was disrespected. Yeah, so when they're acting all high on their horse, it's not confidence. Okay. Let's somebody asked me, okay, let's look at reportedly Hope Hicks caused Trump to not fall asleep. He came alert when Hope Hicks was on the stand. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about that. Who could stand to put up with the stuff Marjorie Trader Greene does? Yeah, I know. It's bad. And she's dating that Brian guy, who I read on a while back is going to out Marge at some point. I'm reading on why Trump became more alert when Hope Hicks was on the stand. Damon said, "Can you imagine working with Marjorie Trader Greene?" No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't care how much money I was making. If I was working with her, I would quit. I have scruples. Yeah, Catherine's saying it too. Marjorie Trader Greene's boyfriend, Brian, is going to sell her out. I read on that about a year ago. Or I don't know how long they've been dating. Maybe 6 months ago. Trump said they eat their own, Zircon is saying. He said that. They do eat their own. Hello, Seattle roller derby fan. They're saying hello to us all. So this is looking for more insight on why Trump didn't fall asleep Was he alert on the stand, they said? Sounded like that's what you said. He was probably afraid of what she might say. Let's look. The Two of Swords. I'll cover it up because it's a beheading. Just in case YouTube doesn't like that. Do you like Baby Yoda? That's kind of realistic. Doesn't it look like Baby Yoda is really here? Anyway. Catherine Mrs. Thomas too. Can somebody throw up some dad jokes? We need a Thomas substitute. We might have to do an extra group hug or something. Yeah, Maria remembers when I said that Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend is going to out her at some point. I'm feeling like the end of the summer. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so when Hope Hicks got on the stand, the Two of Swords, Trump was more alert because he had no idea what she was going to say. He had no idea whose side she was going to be on, and he also knew how much she knew. So that's 2 days in a row with Davidson, actually the entire week. Let's just take a moment because this really helps us, I believe. Let's take a moment and think about the fact, Yoda looks like your cat when she's wet. So cute. At the fact, let's appreciate that we live in a country where the most criminal-ridden person in this country ever is on trial. So can we just take a moment that he's actually on trial? This is what I was thinking about after January 6th, when everyone was so angry. I was angry. We're all angry. We're still angry. He's not been arrested. He's not in jail. He's still golfing. He's a free man. He's bashing everyone. I also thought about, but we could live in a country where he would have just taken over. And we would be under a fascist regime. So, just saying. Oh, Deb has a dad joke. When does a joke turn into a dad joke? When it became apparent. I think you stole that from Thomas. Thomas did say that one. But we can do repeat jokes. It's fine. Thank you for filling in. At least we live in a country where Donald Trump is on trial. Yes, it's working. It's at a snail's pace. But he's on trial. In many countries, he wouldn't be. He wouldn't have been. Betty says, what do you call a funny bone that tells jokes? A humorous. Ba-dum-bum. So when Hope Hicks got up there, he was riveted because he didn't know what she was going to say. And he was freaked out. And I'm getting the Six of Wands is here. I'm getting the, oh, okay. All right. She also knows all the details about January 6th. Not that this trial is about that. But she knows everything. Not just about the payments and the voter interference. Warren said, did you hear about the actor who broke his leg on stage? He's still in the cast. These are pretty good. Thomas better come back. You're giving him a run for his money. Not that he was getting paid or anything. We're all public servants here. Three of Pentacles. Okay. The reason that Trump got alert in the courtroom was not because it was cold. It was because when Hope Hicks got up there, he was pretty freaked out about what he was going to say, about what she was going to say about him. He had no idea. The Two of Swords. And Hope Hicks not only knows everything about what went on with the hush money payments, Hope Hicks also knows everything that went on prior to January 6th. And the Three of Pentacles, she's also, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is the tip of the iceberg, and he knows it. This is just a little tiny smidgen of what Hope Hicks knows, because I'm getting really strong vibes that Hope Hicks knows everything. Dale is saying in Vietnam, 45 would have probably been sentenced to death. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I read about the woman billionaire was sentenced to death for real estate fraud. Yeah. Yeah. Did they execute her? Was it like a firing line? Yeah. What's Forrest Gump's password? One, Forrest, one. That's pretty good, too. Do you guys have a dad joke book, too? Amazing. You think you all Googled the same dad jokes? It didn't even occur to me to Google dad jokes. And there I was thinking that Thomas did research all day before PNN. I don't know. First grader joke. What's the difference between broccoli and boogers? Answer. Kids won't eat broccoli. That's gross. Gross joke. Hey, did you guys notice that our democracy elf Elliot is wearing, well, let me show you. He's wearing his in the spirit of Star Wars, he's wearing his he's kind of he's kind of tied up because I don't want him to fall off, but he's wearing his cosmic vest in the spirit of May the 4th be with you tomorrow. Marjorie Taylor Greene has no pre-high school history, no date of death for her mother. What? Really? Oh, Judy's out. It's girls' night out. Judy's out. She needed a break. You know, Elliot was he was being too clingy. And, you know, she's not really into Star Wars, but Elliot is. Why did the ducks not go south this winter? They found out it wasn't what it was quacked up to be. Thank you for picking up the slack. Good, good. Now Thomas will have to come back and reclaim his spot. What do you call an elephant that can't do math? Dumbo. That's pretty cute. Am I ready to move, Annette? Oh, Cheryl, I've been mentally ready to move. Yeah. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. But just as far as my new place, I have to say, I haven't been thinking about it too much, but it's a step up. It's an upgrade. Definitely an upgrade. What did the horse say after it tripped? Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up. That's good. Damon says the first thing that I packed is the bong. No, I haven't used it. I halfway thought I should send it to you, Damon. I'll give it a test run. How big is the new place? It's big. It's big. I totally lucked out. And I want to just thank you guys for being here, for being so supportive of all that's going on here. It's just, you know, life changes and stuff. But it's an upgrade, and it's definitely an expansion for me in a big way. Okay, so before we move forward, time is flying by. Like a lightsaber. Can we do some commercial slides? Are we ready for those? Whenever you're ready. I have a very intensive course coming up. It's definitely worth it to take it. If you're addicted to self-criticism, I bet you anything it came from religious programming, whether you grew up with religion or not. Thank you, Dale. The class starts on May 18th. If I don't get the necessary quota of 6 participants, I flip it over to private sessions for you. I've written a book. It's a 40-day releasing religious guilt program. Don't miss that one. Next, we have my Substack. I write articles 3 times a week that get sent out with the Grassroots of Democracy Zoom invites for our meetings. And go to Substack. I need subscribers. And you want to read these articles. They're good. They're all relevant. They're all current things that are going on. Go to Substack. It's a Grassroots of Democracy group and subscribe to it. Please. Next, memberships. When you become a member of my YouTube channel, you receive an affirmation in your inbox. Thank you, Betty. Every single day. It helps my life and it will help yours. See, I just talked to you about how my life is upgrading. You get invited to a psychic party at the high level, the 2 highest levels, and what else? 10% off a reading. You get badges when you or you're in the chat when you donate. And then eventually, at the high level, I'm going to do videos of historic sites in New England for the world level. Please join. Please support my channel, and thank you so much to those of you who are members and who do support this channel. Thank you for being here, even if you're not able to be a member. Did I miss one? Tarot readings, psychicannetdion.com. I've been doing this work for over 30 years. You really should get a reading. You don't want to miss out on that. And I'll also read tea leaves for you. That's a shorter reading, and it's just me using my psychic ability. So, same thing, just shorter. And spiritual life coaching. If you want to transform your life, and I mean transform your life if you're serious about it, and you're really committed, and you definitely are fed up. Especially if you're fed up and you just can't take it anymore, sign up for spiritual life coaching. psychicannetdion.com. Better than therapy. 20 on Tuesdays, we have a guided meditation for a healed America. Every single Tuesday, you receive a recording afterwards of the meditation. Teaches you how to meditate too, so it's a win-win. And a review of Church of Spirituality readings follows that. The whole entire meeting is just 1 hour. Sign up at grassrootsofdemocracy.com for 20 on Tuesdays, and the Psychic News Network happens Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time live. You can always watch it afterwards. Please share and subscribe and hit the thumbs up always. And Grassroots of Democracy meets Thursdays for our discussion group. We talk about what's going on and other organizations to link up with and all the news. Saturdays at 4:30, we do our Get to Work session. We actually do postcards and whatever else, sign petitions or get caught up. And Tuesdays, I already said what we do on Tuesdays, the 20 on Tuesdays guided meditation for a healed America. And next, we have Church of Spirituality every Sunday on my new YouTube channel. Please go there and subscribe. Help the good news, the good word to get out. And that's at Church of Spirituality on YouTube. So that's my new channel, 1 p.m. every single Sunday. It's taken a little while to get revved up. So please go to that Church of Spirituality YouTube channel and subscribe. Okay. Thank you for your endorsements too. People are, giving testimonials. So that's great. What else do we have to read on? I can never believe how fast the time goes here. As I mentioned, if you joined us late, this is my last night in this particular location. I'm waxing a little nostalgic. I probably won't be able to recreate this. It's going to be different. I'll be creative. Okay. Thank you to the wrenches. I always forget to thank the wrenches. Now, I want to talk a little bit, and I'm not going to get into it too much, but I just want to talk a little bit about, in very vague terms, what's going on the college campuses. Damon's saying no more bottle dropping. Pretty sure there'll be bottle dropping where I'm going. The emphatic bottle dropping that always happens at an opportune moment in a reading. You'll probably hear it in a little bit. What's going on the college campuses? I want to say a few things, and I'm just going to make it very brief and kind of vague. They're the same way that the MAGAs became MAGAs is through psychological warfare. There's some of that going on by nefarious forces that are programming people to be violent, and then there are nefarious forces that are intentionally going in there and being violent. And there's a lot of misinformation that's troublemaking in nature. And so what's going on the college campuses is not like a bona fide peaceful protest. Now, there will be seagulls singing too, probably even more where I'm going. So just know that what you're seeing on the college campuses And let's pray for them to settle down, and for those poor kids. They're just kids. I mean, it's just so hard. Let's just do a lot of praying for them. We'll pray for them on Sunday that the violence stops. But the violence that's getting riled up is not, it's not what you think it is. And it's very much similar to the Black Lives Matter protests when those were going on. There were a lot of well, who are these people? There was a lot, and I talked about that the other night. Like, for example, the vans that came and just whisked people away, just kind of kidnapped them. So this is not what people are thinking that it is in general. This is not like, oh, the students are protesting. They were protesting. They want civil rights. Oh, the students are protesting. They don't want to be drafted to go to Vietnam. It's not that. There are nefarious forces at work that are instigators, that are trying to make this appear as though it's a student protest. It's more than that. The intention is to hurt Biden in the election, and it is from Vladimir Putin. And Maria, that's an understatement. I feel there's a lot of misinformation going on in the college campuses. It's way, it's more than a lot. It's more than a lot. Yeah, the kids, they're making their feelings known. It's absolutely, there it is. Michael Garrity is saying there was something written on a building in Columbus campuses that says change only happens at the barrel of a gun. It's the Russians, it's China and Iran. It's the Russians, it's China, and it's Iran. And also, I just want you to know that China is helping Russia, and that Netanyahu is not an innocent bystander in any of this. And I'm going to tell you this without feeling all freaked out that I'm telling you this, because if you look and if you do the research, I mean, I'm giving you my psychic impression, but it's all there. That I'm not telling you anything that if you dig deep enough that you cannot find. It goes there are many layers to it. And Netanyahu, I mean, you have to understand. I mean, they're actually treating this like the nefarious forces are treating this. They're misguiding people. They're getting some of these students to actually think it's Biden's fault. They're actually trying to get people to think it's Joe Biden's fault. Did Joe Biden? You can't even compare this to Vietnam protests. You can't. There's no comparison. It's a completely different animal. Completely different animal. Did Joe Biden wake up one day on October 6th and go, I think I will make sure that the terrorist organization invades Israel and just does like a 9/11 in Israel? No, that is not what happened. That is not what happened. Joe Biden did not start this war. They're calling him Genocide Joe. That's what the enemies want. We need to be praying really hard together. Yeah. And Jesse Waters on Fox, we read on him the other night and we pulled the death card. Which I'm not saying, the death card doesn't mean they're going to die. Other cards can mean that. It means he's done. To me, it's glaringly obvious. I wonder if it is to you. I mean, because there are certain impressions that come in that are like, kind of got to feel them out, kind of got to dig a little deeper, There are certain impressions like that. This is crystal clear. This is, I can, like, when you know that you know. So that's what's going on there. I don't want to go there because I get all upset, but let's read on something else and then we'll read some tea leaves. Yeah, the news media is going overboard with it. So in a way, it's probably good that they're covering all this, Trump trial like in great detail. That goes on and on and on. I think I should pull the. I want to get away from the dark cards, but there's so many dark things going on. Yeah, Maria, but we don't want to be all general, right? Folks don't want to see it. That's I think we have to not go all general. You know what I mean? We can't assume that most people don't see it or that nobody sees it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just having a discussion. Yes, dark forces at work, and way more than the Black Lives Matter protests. Yeah, Michael feels it too. Okay. What do I see happening next Tuesday on the new moon? Do you want to be more specific, Rose? Because lots of things can happen. As we well know, lots of things can happen always. And the times that we're in, I mean, let me just say, and I want you all to just kind of think about this. This is our moment. It's very possible that our souls incarnated when they did, and we're here on the planet together because we knew that this is our moment. We knew we would need to meet the moment. This is it. We are in it. We have arrived at the moment that we need to meet. Yeah, Maria. So you know what I'm saying. Some folks, it's not folks don't want to see it. It's some folks don't want to see it. Thank you for writing that. Rose is asking, earthquakes, volcanoes, is that what's going to happen on the new moon? That's already happening. Joe Biden is right on the money about BB. Yeah, and don't you hate it when you hear people bashing Biden? Good Lord. As if he has a nefarious intent. We are going to read on Biden, but there was one other thing I wanted to read about. Okay, I'm going to be, since I was talking about Russia and China, they're all in cahoots. They want to take over the entire world. They're all little Dr. Evils. So we are going to pull 3 cards about those 3 countries. And then we've got people in the United States literally saying, they're brainwashed. Yeah, we want a dictatorship. Yes. The one I've not forgotten, the GOP and Washington State. That's not been erased from my brain. We cannot devolve into a democracy. What? What I wanted to tell you about was speaking of the crazy crazies. If you watched Midas Touch last night, they grabbed on. They lost no time. They grabbed right on to the Marjorie Trader Greene. She's so dumb. MAGA. Remember that? We were talking about MAGA. Because she had to come up with something cutesy, I guess. MAGA. Make Ukraine great again. Check it out. Go to Midas Touch. Go to their store. They're selling MAGA hats. Make Ukraine great again. I don't know what Marjorie's like. She's all mixed up. Make Ukraine great again. She doesn't get what she's saying. We get what she's trying to say, but she doesn't even get it. They're selling hats that say MAGA, and all the proceeds are going to the World Kitchen and to help Ukrainians. To help to get, buy a hat. I will. I'll probably never wear it. In fact, I can send it to one of you guys. I might wear it in the summer. Fox called Marjorie Trader Greene an idiot. We want more of that. Visualize more of that. Laura Trump thinks there's 81 states. They're stupid people. I'm not saying that to be offensive. They're stupid people. They're literally stupid. and they're dangerous. So wildflower wind, let me just see if I can explain the unexplainable. Marge was doing that, playing on the MAGA acronym as a way to say, as a way to mock MAGA Mike, to say that MAGA Mike isn't MAGA Mike anymore. MAGA Mike, because he said okay for getting the Ukraine aid bill on the floor, she accused him of being a Democrat. We're devolving into a democracy. No, that was somebody else that said that. This is craziness. So she thought it was an insult. She thought that was the most offensive thing she could do, to give MAGA, the MAGA label, to MAGA Mike. I know. It's pathetic. But I love that Midas Touch jumped right on that and did that immediately. What a boomerang. Oh my, not that, right? A Democrat in the world's most strongest democracy? A Democrat. How dare you be a Democrat? That's where we are. How the audacity of you to be a Democrat. How dare you reach across the aisle? How dare you work in a bipartisan manner? How dare you be democratic? Stupid, ignorant people. It's very scary. We have to be paying attention. What the heck am I reading on? I should have forewarned you there's a rant coming on. I'm gonna order a hat. All the proceeds go to helping the World Food Kitchen and to help Ukrainians. I'm reading on China and Russia and Iran attempting to take over the entire planet. I feel better now. I feel better now. I highly recommend a good rant. The president did a very good segment. Oh, I thought you were going to say talking about the protesters, which he did a great job with that. PBS did a good segment interviewing young Michigan voters, right? And speaking of Michigan, Tudor Dixon, I won't talk about it, but if you're interested and you missed it, if you want to see what lowlifes they are, do you love my rants? Thank you, Barbara. They come on without a warning sometimes. Tudor Dixon, she needs to go sit down. She's a disgusting excuse for a woman. That's all I'll say about that. China, Russia, and Iran. They're trying to hide what they're doing. Clearly, they're trying to hide it, but they haven't hidden it. The hangman is indicating that they're digging a hole for themselves collectively, and the democracies around the world united are going to roast them. We live in one world. We are interdependent. Right, Baby Yoda? We are interdependent. Yeah, Tudor Dixon needs a timeout on Mars. I agree. I like that one. I like that suggestion. How dare she? Women attacking women. Not cool. I mean, you might say I'm attacking Marjorie Trader Greene, but she's attacking democracy. So that's fair game. What's up with Rashida Tlaib these days? Haven't heard anything since she told Democrats to vote uncommitted. She's thinking about what she's saying and the repercussions. I think Rashida Tlaib, understandably, was very emotional about what was going on. I was thinking the other day, and I'm going to go back and find this video. I made a video on October 6th, I think it was, and I was freaking out. I was outside at the quarry, and I made a video, and I said something terrible is about to happen. Tudor Dixon is a who? Tudor Dixon decided to really just be disgusting and insult Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. It was disgusting. I mean, good Lord, who wants to behave like that? That says so much about a person. There's not one person in this chat. I promise we're going to get to the end eventually. There's not one person in this chat, unless there's a troll, and my wrenches are taking care of them, that has it in them to say something, to insult somebody, to be so disgusting and insult somebody. Like, I couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. That's how small they are. Let's take a look. Look out! I'm sure I'm going to keep you here forever if I keep going. Let's just take a look at Tudor Dixon trying to impress Trump. It must be Baby Yoda's giving me all this energy. I'm not telling you what she said. I'm not telling you what she said. Because I can't. I'm not that low over here. I just can't even say it. What's Tudor Dixon's fate? What a low life. Can't even get the words out. Yeah, it's disgusting. She should. I wish on her 0 friends. You don't want to know. What's going to happen to her? The world is watching. She's in cahoots with Trump. She's hoping that Trump picks her as a VP. There it is. There it is. So Kristi Noem, this is low. This is as low as you can go, but then they keep going lower. So Kristi Noem decides to put in her book, I shot my puppy dog. Look at me. Oh, I'm so tough. I had to make a tough decision. Tudor Dixon is going as low as you can go into the slime barrel. She was searching for the slimiest, lowest thing she could say in order to impress Donald Trump. How that's going to work for her. The world is watching. Nobody's impressed Tudor Dixon. She's not running for anything right now. But you can bet your ass she did that so Trump would look at her. Oh yeah, that's a good VP pick. How far have we fallen? With a name like that, what do you expect? Right? She should change her name. Where's the moon today? The moon is in geez, I should be calmer. The moon's in Pisces, but it's a very psychic day. Did it backfire? I don't know what's wrong with these fools. They have no backbone. They have no decency. And if it makes you feel any better, somebody made a comment today about how horrible it all is, and I said, and then on the other hand, yeah, we've fallen too far. Jeff Daniels was fantastic. Yeah, it's true. On the other hand, in the face of these evil people, as evil as you can be, we crave the light. We're looking for the decency. We look for people that are loving. We look for the light. We look for the light. We look for the light. And we find it. And then we shine it really brightly. Please come to 20 on Tuesdays. We do beautiful guided meditations once a week. You get a recording of the guided meditation once a week. We have to lean into the spiritual. Join us for that. Anyway, as far as the Tudor Dixon goes, the world is watching. The high priestess says that she did it because she wants to be Trump's VP pick. Well, we don't really know if Trump is going to be around for too much longer. And notice he hasn't even picked anyone. Dictators don't have vice presidents. I actually keep leaning into J.D. Vance. And the Knight of Cups says it's probably going to be a man. The meditations are so calming. Thank you, Barbara. All right. I don't want to keep you forever, you guys. It's Friday night. You probably have a date, right? Damon wants to go smoke a little off his bong. Just teasing. I don't think Trump will be around long. I don't. I think Trump is done. And I've been doing this work for over 30 years, everybody. That's over 3 decades. I think Trump is done. I think he's fried. We must remain vigilant. All right. Since I'm on StreamYard, I'm going to have to scooch up. I have this tiny little screen when we're on StreamYard. We're going to have to get to the bottom of that. I have this neat little, one of my viewers, Yuko, sent me this nice little, it's like a teaspoon and a crystal. So let's take a look. Oh, we have a butterfly flying out of the spade. We have, that looks like an angel playing along. That looks like an angel playing a didgeridoo. Yes, it does. You have to have a creative mind to read tea leaves. An angel playing a didgeridoo, and we have butterflies in the spade. That looks like somebody, like somebody who's blowing fire. I know, it's a little crazy. And there's definitely a bird. That's like a see the bird? It looks like a dove. So, angel on a pole vault. I thought it was a didgeridoo. I don't think that's going to be in the book, so we'll, but I do want to look at the significance of the spade here. We have butterflies coming out of the spade. Now, butterfly, I have a butterfly behind me that's next to Love Wins, and the reason is because we're transforming the space into something new. So butterflies likely mean transformation. Don't leave yet, we're not done, unless you must. So butterflies, an ancient symbol of the soul, denote pleasure and joy, delightful experiences, and let's just look at the spade. Legal matters. Okay, we're going to like an outcome of a legal matter. Yeah, Trump is losing. In other words, Trump is losing. You saw a witch? Look, doesn't that look, come on, there's wings right there. That looks like an angel, and that looks like the angel's playing a didgeridoo. I mean, it's whatever it is to you. That looks like somebody who's blowing fire, that's playing with fire. Who's playing with fire? I would say that has to do with the protests that are going on. They're playing with fire, so there's going to be more of that, but I do see it coming to an end. I mean, the Black Lives Matter protests came to an end eventually, right? But we're going to learn something from the protests. Don't you worry. And the cup, there's a log there. So there's a cup, like a champagne glass with a log. And we'll call it a branch. Hang on. I'll let you go shortly. A stick and a champagne glass. I hope you guys are getting ready for a great weekend. They represent people and straightforward individuals here. So, and the cup. I feel like we're going to see some wins in this for us. And this court thing going on in New York. Celebrations, parties. Okay. I think Trump has lost. I think Trump has lost. Angels don't have tails, which is some. I didn't say it was a tail. It's a. So I don't expect you all to see what I see, and nobody's wrong. All right. Well, this is kind of an ending for a new beginning. So I want to thank you all for being with me tonight for my last live stream from this particular location. And Church of Spirituality will be here on Sunday, and then I'll be completely moved, and I'm actually going to be closer to the ocean. So, whoop whoop! Thank you. Please join us for Church of Spirituality tomorrow. Our Grassroots of Democracy work session. I won't be attending, but I hope that those other people that go to Grassroots can make it to the work session. It's just because part of my moving is going to be happening at that time. All right. And I also have my grandnephew's 2nd birthday party. Baby Yoda says he loves you. Yes, it's going to be good. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. May the 4th be with you. Thanks, Electra Storm. Bye, Rune. We will miss you. Maybe I'll live stream when I'm clearing out. Namaste. Be good to yourselves.